In 2020, United Methodist Communications celebrated 80 years of communication ministry. It was a year dominated by a global pandemic, and our agency pivoted to respond to all levels of the United Methodist Church. Left wondering what to do and how to do it, church leaders turned to UMCOM. We quickly developed resources, training, grants, and technology solutions to help churches adapt to this changing landscape. With new courses on digital ministry, online training doubled. By offering 1,000 Zoom licenses, we helped churches transition to virtual worship and offered a sermon by phone service. As the worship experience changed, we created a growing list of churches conducting services online. Coupled with Find a Church, millions of page views showed us that people yearned for spiritual fulfillment. When people felt isolated, they turned to our social media channels. We reached 78 million people and experienced a near 40% increase in engagement. We also worked with 2,500 churches to support their outreach in unique ways, including granting branded items that promoted love and understanding. And when giving decreased, we created new resources and training, which resulted in a more than 40% increase in giving resource downloads. Across all our channels, pandemic-related stories permeated our content. UMC.org crafted dozens of pandemic-related features and collaborated with discipleship ministries to produce a virtual Easter choir. For UM News' 1.7 million users, COVID-19 was the top story. And the pandemic helped to drive a near threefold increase in Resource UMC users. UM Connect, our mass messaging system, was used to send and receive 540,000 messages of health and hope in 11 countries, including the U.S. Our national advertising campaign pivoted to portray the care and compassion happening throughout the church, creating 234 million impressions. But in the midst of all this, racial tensions in the U.S. exposed the same concerns within our denomination. In a multi-level church initiative, we developed messaging and content while facilitating dialogue to work toward racial justice. We continued to build our capacity to communicate in the languages of the church and provided easily accessible content in those languages. Collectively, we posted over 700 stories, translated resources, and developed multimedia content in Spanish, Korean, Portuguese, and French alone. We shared messages of hope and evangelism through advertising in Nigeria and Côte d'Ivoire, and assisted UMC-operated radio stations in Africa. In 2020, United Methodist Communications engaged people with the story of God's work in the world, equipped the church at all levels, and claimed our role as the strategic communications and marketing agency. Now that's the power of communication.